Well, Motor Warriors, about to leave Johnson City, Tennessee, and I don't know if there's rain on the camera or not, but it's raining. It's fun looking through a visor on your helmet when it's all covered in water, and even though I got the you know, pin lock fog thing, it still fogs up. But you can see the mountain up ahead, if you can see that on the GoPro, and you can see that smoke coming up off there, you know. That's why these are called the Smoky Mountains, because that's what they'll do. Because it'll get warm and then it'll get cooler up in the mountain, and you end up with a lot of steam, or clouds, or fog, or whatever y'all want to call it. Okay, man, I hate that my visor's steamed up. Well, they're building something new here. I don't know what they're building, but I'll tell you what, I've been gone about 20 years from here, and that's still the mall over there. Not the greatest mall, but it's still the mall. There's a Five Guys right there. That wasn't here before. I don't think any of that stuff was here, but a lot of it was. Toys R Us was there. I think that was like a dentist office that looked like an old house or something. For the most part, it looks pretty much the same. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, live out in the county, but we live near there. Murfreesboro has grown, and most of that growth has just happened in like the last 5 to 7 years or so. The last 5 years it's been really bad. The last 3, it's like everywhere you go there's new apartments and houses. So compared to Murfreesboro, no, this Johnson City hasn't changed a whole lot. Stayed here 2 nights at Super 8 Motel, but I tell you what, I was disappointed in Super 8 Motel. I don't know if I ever want to stay at another one. The room, it smelled like over fruity air freshener or something. Man, it just reeked. I don't know if they poured it all over the carpet and the drapes or what, but oh, it stunk. I had a hard time that first night sleeping, because it was just, the air was just so thick with that my lungs felt like they were aching, my nose was tingling, and my eyes felt burning every time I opened them, and it was just really bad. There was only one thing of shampoo in there, a little dinky, you know how they do those little dinky bottles of shampoo. There was just one of those, and it wasn't even full. And when I opened it, there was dried shampoo on the top. And you know when something comes from a factory or plant or whatever, and they bottle that stuff up, they don't have grungy junk on the inside of it. So to me, it looked like somebody had used it. They just left it there for me to use. That was just gross. So I ended up throwing what was left away because I didn't want to use it. So I just pitched it, hoping they'd just replace it. Well, I don't know if they pulled it out and washed it off or what they did, but it ended up being where the next shampoo they put in there, we used to go to martial arts there. We've got black belts and stuff back there, but anyway, it's something different now. They moved. But anyway, the shampoo that they had in there when we came back from our little excursion yesterday, this bottle was only about halfway full, thereabouts, and I opened it up, and it looked like all they did is wipe the top off, and then pulled it out of the trash, wiped the top off, and put it back on the shelf. That's just low class, man. I don't like stuff that's not safety sealed when there's, you know, a bunch of people coming and going, because you don't know what they did to it or what you're getting, you know. Thank y'all, appreciate it. It's raining, I'm on a motorcycle. I know, you're smart. But anyway, they replaced the towels and everything, but one of the hand towels they replaced, I went to pull it out to dry my hands, and there was some kind of weird reddish brown stain on the thing, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. So I was kind of disappointed at Super 8 Motel here in Johnson City, Tennessee. You know, when you show pictures of one thing and then that ain't even remotely what you get, that's called bait and switch, you know, and it's supposed to be against the law. Oh, they changed the name of the hospital, the medical center. It says Ballad Health. The hospital's down there, something different. And this used to be a park where the Walgreens is right there. There was a big battle going on, and there was some tree that was really huge, and they said, man, that was around longer than the nation's been a country, and they didn't want them cutting it down. And it was a big court battle, and apparently the tree huggers lost because there's the Walgreens there. There was a lot of stuff I wanted to do, but because of this rain on the way home, and we got like I think it's about a 5-hour ride home in the rain, and we looked at the weather forecast, and it's supposed to be even worse the farther west in Tennessee we go. Like, in other words, the direction we head, it looks like it's supposed to get worse. And what's really bad is that the bulk of the heavy rain is following the interstate, which is what we're going to be doing. And that's not too cool, especially when I'm not, you know, like I said on another video, my tires are not in the best of shape. The tread is, you know, getting down there. I mean, they're not like bald, and if it was dry road, there's enough tread to be okay, but on wet roads and whatever, I like to have a little more tread. I'm sure y'all know what I mean. But, oh, this stuff wasn't here, was it? I don't remember that being there. That's all new. What is that? Some marketplace. Oh, it's Walmart? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were starting to build Walmart, because that was another battle that the environmental huggers lost, is that Walmart was going to build, and they had the permits, they had everything, whatever, and when the environmental people at the university here, East Tennessee State University, when they heard about it, and they were picketing and all kinds of stuff, trying to stop the bulldozers and whatever, and that one ended up going to court too years ago, and apparently they won that one too, because they were starting to build it, and then they tried to stop it, and it looks like they weren't able to, because there's a Walmart now. I haven't lived here in a long time. That Leaveney Motel, that was here. Next time we'll have to try and stay there. Probably cheaper, probably a better room than the Super 8. But anyway, Motor Warriors, we're heading out of town in Johnson City. A lot of things I was really hoping to do today before we left. I wanted to go to Elizabeth, and I wanted to go, there's a really nice covered bridge I wanted to go show y'all and take you across, but you know, in the pouring rain, and it's only supposed to get worse, I'd just as soon get miles under me instead of showing you, you know, a covered bridge. I'm sure y'all have seen covered bridges before. Also, the big thing I really wanted to do is go up on Green Mountain, take this what's called Green Mountain Road. It's a gravel road that twists up through the Green Mountain, and it's absolutely beautiful, man. When I still lived here, I used to ride up there on motorcycles all the time, and then I'd find some spot and hike way up higher on the side of the mountain. You know, sometimes I'd almost run up it, and I'd be seeing bear track and bear scat. And if you don't know what bear scat is, it's the technical name for poop. So I'd see bear poop, and then I'd be having to keep my eyes open, because, you know, if you're seeing bear tracks and bear poop, you know they're around, and I don't want to. I've already walked up and startled a bunch of bears, and maybe I'll share those stories with you someday. But because it's gravel road and there's no guardrails and pretty narrow road, there's some spots where the road's really dangerous, and it's like one lane. So if you meet someone coming at you head on in a pickup truck and you're in a car, somebody's got to back up. Unless they've widened that road in the last 20 years, somebody has to back up. And if you're on a motorcycle, they can get past you. But I tell you what, if you're on the wrong side and they come along and you're on the edge, and that edge, you know, gives way, you drop, you know what, like 100, 200 feet at least. And yeah, not something I want to do. That'd pretty much mess up your day, you know what I mean? But I really wanted to show you that. I wanted to get out. Easy, boy. All of a sudden everybody's doing a brake check. But yeah, you know, it's like up on gravel road and whatever, and then I wouldn't have been able to fly the drone because I don't want to take my drone up in the rain, and with all the fog up in the mountains now anyway, you probably wouldn't get to see much. So It's like, well, I'm disappointed because I really wanted to show you all that. I think you'd like it. I wanted to see it too because I miss riding up in that area. But, you know, it is what it is. And they built the pals out here too. That wasn't out here. That's another thing I wanted to do too. I wanted to have one more Pals peach tea, man. If I didn't get a sauce burger, that's one thing. But man, I miss Pals peach tea. Oh, that's good. It's like drinking peach and tea. Anyway, Motor Warriors, live your life with the heart of a Viking warrior. Bye for now.